Okay, so all I'm going to do as a beginning for a normal Shiatsu massage is to just kind of warm the tissues up, okay? So again, I'm going to go ahead and come down the back. Once again, no lotion. Don't have to take your rings off. Don't have to worry about your bracelets and those kinds of things unless you're going to do rolling things on the back ever, okay? And that's more for the Western, so not for this, okay? Now I'm going to let you look at the diagram up here where you see A, B, and C. That is the order that we do the beginning of the Shiatsu in. So you may do them at the same time. Find C7 and you come into the lamina groove, that same space that we do cross fiber friction, and you press. About 3 or 4 seconds. Usually they take a breath during that time. Then you move down to the next vertebrae. And the next vertebrae. Can somebody tell me how many vertebrae there are there that I'm dealing with?
4.
Not all 12. No,
7.
all. Look at the vertebrae.
9 on A.
9. This is the 5th one. You go about halfway down the back. 6. 7. 8. Is pressure okay? 9. We don't do it one time. We do it 3 times. Everything we do in Shiatsu is 3 passes. Okay?
3 times for how many seconds again?
About 3 to 5, depending on what kind of tension you feel.
Do you use deeper pressure each pass you go, or the same pressure each time?
I tend to get a little bit deeper if the body will allow me to, but if the body doesn't allow it, then no.
Isn't he fused? He's fused.
He is fused a little bit. He has
Doesn't
non-movement. This
That
is
doesn't
still
affect.
no.
Okay,
This
cool.
doesn't affect the structure. It
Okay.
affects the muscle.
Okay.
So the fusion should not be an issue. And one more. And up we go. A little sore right there? Okay. All right, so that's the A line on the diagram. Then you need to make sure that you come up here and find the shoulder blade, the edge of the shoulder blade, the root of the spine. It comes all the way to here. Okay, you're going to come just below the root of the spine, and you're going to press in towards the scapula some. Okay. But you're pressing inward and then down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to move up to the end of the root of the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to do one above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to skip space and come to the top of the superior angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do the same thing again. So just below the root of the spine. And then next 2. And then just above. And at the superior angle. Back to just below. You can tell his muscles already starting to change, starting to soften. You're tight right there.
I heard.
Just above. and again at the top, superior ankle. Then you're going to come into the top of the shoulder, okay? As you can see in the diagram, you have, 3 points. Start close to the neck and work your way out. The middle point is the pregnancy point. If you have a woman that is pregnant or is trying to get pregnant, or a gentleman that is they're trying to get pregnant, you don't mess with that point, because it changes biologically things within the body. It's a reflex point. Okay? A woman, it can throw into contractions. Okay? You do not want to use this. Ladies and gentlemen, just because you know the point's there and you know that it can do that to them, if I catch you starting people's labor, you and I are going to have a conversation and you probably won't end up with a license. So don't do it. Okay? That's a choice you can make after you're licensed. Don't do it beforehand, no matter how bad they beg. You will have pregnant women say, "Isn't there something you can do to get my labor started?" Don't do it.
What does it do for men?
It changes their body, the way their hormones are running. All right, so first off, you need to come in here and find the ditch between the scapula and the clavicle, okay? This is your outward point. This is your inward point. Can you see it okay, Hava?
Okay.
So your middle point would be directly in between. So you start out up here. This is the first one for C, and you hold. And then you get to the middle point, and you can push in. These usually are slightly tender. Neck muscles is what you're affecting most of. Okay? And then into that little groove. Okay? And again, these can be very tender. So watch what you're doing. You okay? Okay.
Okay, I'm not understanding. Did you just push the pregnancy point second?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying if you push it like isolated, like just
If
that
you
point?
push it at all.
Okay.
If he were trying to get somebody pregnant and I touched that point, that could screw up their hormonal balance.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
And we don't want to do that.
Okay, he's not trying to get anyone. So it's okay.
Not right
Okay.
now. At least that's what he told me.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't ask him before this, but he has told me that in the past.
Okay, good.
Non-surgical. So preferably in your class, or you don't want us to mess with that point at all during this class?
Oh no, you can do the point. Most people are fine. If I catch you using it to try and get pregnant women into labor, is when you and I are going to have a conversation. And it's not you, it's collectively you as a group, anybody that were to do it.
So you're just pressing?
Yep. And then once this part's finished, come over to this side and do the same thing. So now, I did these points together. You don't have to. If you prefer to work on one side and get it done, and then come to the other side and get it done, you're more than welcome to do that. So if you plan to do it that way, come up here to C7, and then start. You can press here, okay? And then the next vertebrae. Okay, so you can do it one-sided at a time. It's up to you whether you want to do it. Depends on how your arms feel, if they're comfortable. Sometimes it's a little bit more comfortable to be over here and not use near the pressure, okay? So let's do this and then we'll move on. I want everybody to try this part because this takes a little bit more learning than just here. Let me show you this and go on.
Can you do the